Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. Today is Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing well. Trenta. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on one second. I'm doing too much. I was trying to read, and technology did not want me to be great today. Get a bottle, please. When I tell you technology did not want me to be great, it's because I misplaced my phone and I could not find it.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. How are you?
Girl, it's going to be a good day.
Yes, it is. It's been one of those mornings.
It's been, but you know what? I got my Bible study in. I got my prayer in. It's gonna be a good day.
Right, it already is.
Already is now. Don't ask me about nothing else. That's all I got for the day.
Right, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for the Fearless Morning Show, where we're having confessions and conversations about everyday life.
Everyday life. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, and your finances.
And your finances. Woo.
So we're going to get it all the way right with you today. We're going to go ahead and start with our quote this morning so we can get this thing out. I've been waiting to share this with y'all this morning because
It's good.
it's been a personal struggle for me. So I was like, ooh, I can't wait to share this because I know it's been a struggle for somebody else too, as they deal with. You might not have the same struggle that I have, but I'm sure you can relate. So let's go ahead and go into this quote. This quote is by Carl Jung. And the quote reads this: everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding about ourselves. Let me repeat that again so you can catch it. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding about ourselves. So think about all those things that might irritate you, whether it's somebody at work or somebody in your home, one of your family members, or just somebody does something in the grocery line that just simply irritates you, or while you're in traffic, it just completely just irritates the heck out of you. And I'm going to be just completely transparent with you guys. One of the things that irritates the heck out of me is sitting in a business meeting, and you know you always have this one person that loves to hear him or herself talk.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And they monopolize the entire conversation because their persona is, I am so fabulous. Look at me. I have these great ideas, right?
All the time.
But guys, you know what really got me? Why does that irritate me? It irritates the heck out of me because I'm sitting there in this meeting and I'm not saying anything. I'm being silent. And because I'm being silent, now this person has all the space, right?
To talk.
Talking. And that just bothers me. So that's why I was so excited to share this quote this morning. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding about ourselves. So where are those places in your own life where you have been, we talked about it yesterday, being silent. And we're being silent, but we have this other person in that space. Because of our silence, they are going to just keep on talking and keep on going, even if they're repeating something that's already been said in the room. You'd be like, wasn't that already said, right? And it irritates the heck out of you. So that was my moment for me, guys, is recognizing that now I got to figure out why all these things irritate the crap out of me.
It's a true learning experience.
It is. It absolutely is. So I dare you to today. I challenge you, right? I double dog dare you today to actually look at those things that irritate you, but then reflect on you. Why is that so irritating to you? One of the things that's also irritating, and I'm going to leave this alone, I can't stand to hear somebody smacking in the phone when I'm talking to you, right?
Or the gum. I can't handle the gum.
Or even in person, right? So why does that irritate us, right? Just look deeper down inside and figure out, why does that irritate you? Is it the way that you feel that you will look to other people? What will other people think if they see you smacking somebody with you smacking? What does that look like, right? Figure out why that thing irritates you. And I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna get off that soapbox. But I was gonna say this morning, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding about ourselves.
I was gonna say there is a quote, or maybe I read this in psychology. I read it somewhere, rest assured. And it said, and good morning, Sarah, good morning, Charlene, good morning, Trenda. It said that when we are angry or irritated about people, the things they're doing, it is because we recognize that thing in ourselves, and and we see it in somebody else. We don't like it about ourselves. That's why it irritates us about somebody else. I was like, shut up. Oh, Lord. I was like, I don't like that. I don't do that. Yes, you do. I just didn't know. So I have those things that, irritate the, I won't get on that soapbox either, Lynn. We'll leave that, but I like that quote today.
Okay, I gotta delve into that a little bit more. So because of the fact that I'm irritated by somebody who talks all the time, does that mean that I talk all the time?
I know I talk all the time. I know I do. I'm just going on it. I love to talk, honey. I'll talk your little ear off if you allow me to. Good morning, Tiffany. I will talk you to death. Good morning, Jasmine. So I know I'm going to talk. Ain't no way around me being quiet sometimes.
Okay, all right. So we'll get off of that soapbox this morning and go ahead and get started with our financial confession and conversation this morning. And guys, as I share, I'm America's #1 financial rebound coach. Let me just put that out there. And go ahead and share with you today. I thought I would do something different. We've been talking about investing the entire time, and then we've also been talking about your mindset as far as your money is concerned. But what I wanted to share with you all today was a book that I read several years ago, and I picked the book back picked it up again because I thought it was invaluable for me to revisit these concepts inside of the book. And the book is The Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class. And what I love about this book, this is by Keith Cameron Smith, and what he talks about is how millionaires do things differently from the middle class, okay? And the number 10 thing, I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. The number 10 thing that he says is that millionaires think long-term while the middle class thinks short-term. That's right. So think about it this way, and I love the way that he broke it down in the book, and he talks about the fact that the poor tend to think day to day. That's the really poor person that tends to think day to day, and that person who makes maybe 10,000 to 25,000, he says that they think week to week. All right. So can you get where I'm going with this? Whether you're a short-term thinker or a long-term thinker. One of the other things that I wrote down that he says, if you make between 25,000 to 100,000, you're in the middle class and you tend to think month to month. All right. And then once you are, where they say the rich tend to think year to year, and these are the ones who make between 100,000 to 500,000. And then once you're above that 500,000 mark, then he says that people tend to think decade to decade. So where are you in your thinking? And what can we now do differently so that we position ourselves? See, it's all about positioning yourselves to do better, right? How can we now, and the beauty of this, guys, is it's simply about consistency. How do we make sure that we're now making those moves that are going to put us in a different space? See, millionaires in the middle class think differently. The number 9 thing that he shares is millionaires talk about ideas, but the middle class talk about things and people. What has been flooding your timelines lately? Go back through your Facebook timeline.
Your
what
text
has been
messages.
flooding your timelines? That'll tell you who you're connected to. Are you connected to middle class people, or are you connected to millionaires? And I've seen the combination inside of my timeline. So I'm thinking, okay, I definitely got to switch up some of these people, right? Because some of them, all they're doing is talking about people, but then others, they're making some true moves, and they're definitely talking about ideas and things that they're doing to generate, to build generational wealth. So look at your timeline. Are they talking about people and things, or are they talking about ideas? See, what I'll tell you is more than likely what you have seen is that the people in your timeline are more than likely talking about what now? The Panther movie, right? Who did what celebrity did what or did not? What is Donald Trump tweeting and doing today, right?
Yeah.
So we're seeing that people in our lines are talking about things and other people. See, that's the middle class mentality versus seeing people talk about ideas. And Jasmine is saying she sees a combo as well. Absolutely. We see a combo because we have a different mindset, right? You'll start to see a difference when you have a different mindset.
Yes.
Okay. So in looking at that, the other thing that I wanted to share is that they point out in the book, and we hear this over and over. Keith Cameron points this out very well in his book, and he says that you cannot become rich without building relationships. And I want you to think about your Facebook friends. How many of them do you really know? How many of them do you really and truly have relationships with? Or how many of them are just on your page? Just throwing it out there, something for you to think about, because millionaires think differently than the middle class. So what are some of the things that we need to now do differently? Okay, the number 8 thing that he shares in the book is that millionaires embrace change. Middle class is threatened by change.
You better say that again, sister. What?
Millionaires embrace change, but the middle class is threatened by change. Why are you threatened by the fact that you have to change? And many times it goes back to a quote that we talked about the other day, because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. That's the reason that a lot of people don't change. They're complacent. They don't want to do things differently. They're in their comfort zone, if you will, right? But dare I say to you, if you want to continue to improve, there are things you have to do, such as continually educate yourself. You have to continually change. Change is the only constant. No, death, taxes, and change, right? Those are 3 things that are pretty much guaranteed to us. We're born to die, right? We have to pay taxes, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? And things are going to change. Whether you like it or not, things are changing. Are you going to change with it? Are you trying to stay back on with an 8-track in your right? Won't have anything to listen to. So when we look at it, what the other thing that and guys, I wrote so many notes. I went back through my old journal, and I pulled over so many notes when I was reading this book, and I don't want to go through all of them and give them to you one by one. But I tell you that this is a life-changing opportunity. If you want to go over to Audible and download this book, the top 10 distinctions between millionaires and the middle class, you have to go and get it, or go to your local library, get it for go ahead and download it there if it is available. in your local library. So guys, there are so many things in these distinctions. Number 7, the number 7 thing, and I won't give you all of them because I want you to go get the book yourself and read it. But I just want to give you some of the little juicy tidbits that I got. Millionaires take calculated risk. Middle class are afraid of risk. Think about it. Think about all the opportunities that you've possibly had to invest in anything. And why? And if you did invest, why did you invest? Or if you did not invest, why did you not invest in that opportunity? Dare I venture to say it was because of the level of risk.
Yes.
Think about risk even in our own investment portfolios, in our retirement portfolios. Are you willing to take the risk to see the reward, or are you afraid of losing? Right? It happens to us all the time because our money in our lives, we see our money as our power, and we see it as giving our power away.
Yes.
But if you take what is called a calculated risk, when you calculate the risk, what does that mean that you're doing? It means that you're looking at the probability of success. What is the percent chance that this is going to be successful? How am I now going to leverage this opportunity so that I protect my investment? So you have to do the math.
Yeah.
You have to know the numbers and you have to do the math in order to make calculated risk. But the other side of the coin is oftentimes we either don't know what the math is or how to do the math, or we simply choose not to do it because what? It's dressed in overalls and it looks like work.
Yep.
It looks like work. And I'll tell you guys, I'll be completely transparent. That's one of the things. So my husband and I are also investing in tax liens right now, y'all. And it sounds like, oh, that's the easiest thing to do. You go and pay somebody's taxes who didn't pay their taxes. Then when they do pay it, you get the interest on the taxes that they paid. But do you not know that there's a lot of work that goes into that? That's just the surface level. There's so much more that goes into that, especially if you're in Gwinnett County, because Georgia's a tax deed state. So that's completely different from your traditional tax lien sale, right? And you have to go in and do all of these different calculations around what's happening and determine whether or not it's going to be profitable for you. See, that there are calculated risks.
Yes.
That you have to decide whether or not you're going to take, but you got to know the numbers. You got to do the math in order to be able to figure that thing out. So that's the difference, guys, between the thinking of the millionaire. They're taking those calculated risks. They're figuring out the numbers to determine when is this no longer going to make me money, right? When is this no longer going to make me money? So now think back to some of your purchases and the things that you've been able to take a risk on, shall I say, right? Think about those opportunities. Did you actually think before you bought that thing, how is this going to make me money? See, that's a completely different mindset that you have if you are in the middle class as compared to what the way that millionaires think. And Charlene says, people complain all the time about things and what they don't have, but they won't get out of their comfort zone. Absolutely true. Why? It's the comfort zone for a reason, because I want to go over here and sit on the couch with my bag of chips and watch my movies all day rather than get out here and do something different. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, right? Occasionally, we all need that.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to occasionally sit down and binge watch Netflix. I get that. But I also know that I need to get out here and do some things differently if I want to position myself, right?
Yes.
So that I am truly building generational wealth. See, that's what it all boils down to, guys. Are you really building generational wealth? Or when you die, your family has to scrimp and scramble and try to figure out how they're going to pay for the funeral as well as these bills you left behind, right? Or are we doing things differently? Are we positioning ourselves so that we now provide the things that the family needs so they don't have to worry about that? They don't have to worry about how they're going to pay for your last rites and how they're going to lay you down to rest. They don't have to worry about those bills that you were responsible for because you were the breadwinner, right? Because you've now set things up differently to build generational wealth. See, I got off on a different tangent, but the truth of the matter is simply this: millionaires think differently from the middle class. And I'm giving you those top 10 distinctions. Well, I'm giving you some of those distinctions. You'll have to go get the book so you can read it and finish the remainder of it. But there's so many things, guys, that we have to now overcome if we want to get to that next level. Are you ready for your next? Is my question. Are you ready for your next? So I'm going to continue on. I think I'm going to give you just one. Do I want to give you one more or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay. This one is game changing. This one right here is game changing. It was for me, at least, when I read it the first time. Okay. When I go, oh, she want me to repeat number 7. Millionaires take calculated risk. The middle class, they're afraid of risk. Yes, absolutely, Charlene. Setting up the next generation. The other one that I want to give you, I'm going to skip over to number 5, y'all, because I'm not going to give you all of them. I'm going to skip over to number 5 in the book. You go get the book so you can get number 6. But number 5, millionaires work for profits. The middle class work for wages. Did y'all hear me? The millionaire works for profits. The middle class works for wages. See, we're trading our time for money. And we only have a set amount of time. See, it took me a minute to catch that. Good morning, Anita. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Anita.
It took me a minute to catch that, but when I caught it, I was like, wow.
Yes.
Right? So when we figure that thing out, guys, you can only make so much for your time.
That's right.
But when you talk about profits, profits is a result of buying something for one price and then selling it for a higher price. So we talked about it the other day on the other show about the Lamborghini. Were we talking about a Lamborghini, JoJo? I said if I had a Lamborghini
Ferrari
for $50,000, what would you do? And JoJo said she would figure out, get her money right? So she could get that Lamborghini for $50,000. Why? Because that Lamborghini truly is worth $200,000. Baby girl can buy it for $50,000 and go find somebody who knows the value and say, hey, I got a great deal for $100,000 for you. She still made $50,000. See, it's a different way of thinking. It's like, oh, she didn't say immediately, oh, no, I don't have $50,000 to buy that car. She didn't say that. She was like, oh, my, how am I going to get the money, right? Let me go get the money. Let me go get the money because this is a great opportunity. See, that's a huge difference, right, in the way we tend to think about things. And we have to look for those opportunities. And Charlene says here, you only have 2 hands. And that's not going to build wealth. See, what's going to help you build wealth, guys, is using your mind. Because your mind now has the opportunity to think outside of the box, right? And how can I now get an ROI? What is an ROI? What's the return on my investment? How is this thing now going to make me money as opposed to how much this thing costs or this expense that I now have to make?
That's right.
So guys, I implore you, get that book, The Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class, and stop talking about people and things and start talking about some ideas and get this thing moving in the right direction. Get your train moving in the right direction is what we're saying over here. And one of the things that I share over and over and over, how do you move to the space to learn more about profiting, is you have to go and learn more about investing. Whatever the investing vehicle is that you want to use, you need to learn, put all your might into learning about that thing, doing the work, and moving to your next. See, we're
Yes.
not going to get it with our wages. We got to do things differently.
Because we're all
That's the point.
millionaires in our minds.
Absolutely. Put it in your mind and put it in your reality. But
That's
it has
right.
to start in the mind. It has to start in the mind. You have to believe it first and foremost before you can move to that next thing.
You have to believe that you deserve it. Because there was something you were talking about earlier, taking a look at your timeline and what are the people talking about in your timeline. And this is, here's the thing that amazes me is that sometimes when you share great information, people don't act on it. A lot of times I share tons of information about scholarships. You want to go back to school? Here's a grant. If you're a teacher, here's this. And I post it because I get it. And I want to share it, somebody to use it because I can't use it. And so I'm posting about scholarships for your kids, grants for your business, go back to school. And I say, email me if you want the information. And sometimes I post a link. I think out of all the times I've posted, I think maybe 5 people have emailed me or messaged me and said, hey, can you send me the link? Maybe 6. And
Wow.
I'm thinking, why would you not want? And here's the thing, people see it and automatically say, that's a good idea. I can't do that. And we'll skip on and read about somebody fighting with their boyfriend and girlfriend and be engaged in that, talk about that, but won't take 5 seconds to read the directions to apply for a grant or a scholarship for your child or for yourself. You putting your own self down. So then you can't come back and give me, oh, JoJo, who do you think you are? JoJo, what do you think you're doing? When, honey, you won't read the instructions to find out what I'm doing. I'm trying to share them with you, but if you're not open to receive it, or if you don't think that you deserve it, then you shall not. I don't know where that came from, but amen.
Girl, you mad or not? Right.
Because that makes me mad. That angers me.
Right.
Oh, I get hot about that. Oh, Lord. That frustrates me.
The moral of the story is simply this, is everybody's not ready. Everybody is not ready. They're not of that mindset, right? They are still thinking in that poor and middle class mindset. They're not ready. So what we have to do is what we're called to do. We have to keep pushing it out there in spite of, right? In spite of the way that they're reacting. Eventually, whoever it's meant for, they'll get it.
They'll get it.
Eventually, they will get it. And we just have to make sure we continue to do what we are called to do.
Because we are sharing in love. We are truly sharing. We're sharing in love. And, a lot of people will say, oh, well, how do you know? I read. And then not only do I read, I try to share that information with everybody because there's so much more. It's not just for 1 or 2 people. It's for everybody. Right. And if you would just take the time to open up your mind to receive what you can receive, you will be surprised what you can accomplish. So if you're closed-minded, you're going to stay right where you at. Again, like Lynn said, take a look at the circle of friends on your timeline, what they talking about. If we all enthralled in a whole conversation about he said, she said, and that's my man, no, it ain't kind of conversation, but you won't click on the link to read about your business or how to get a business or how to think different. And hey, and I can't be, and I had to learn I can't be, even though it makes me mad, I can let it go. I can't be angry because somebody, feels or thinks that way. Like you said, when they're ready, they'll be ready. I'll be here to share some information.
Right. We'll be here waiting on you.
I'll be here waiting. Weekdays, 7:15 a.m., Monday through Friday.
Right. Absolutely.
Knowledge is
she says, knowledge is key. I'll say knowledge is potential power. Action. That's your real power.
Yeah.
That's
you got
your real power.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, thank you, Lynn, for that financial moment of the day. That was good. I took my little notes. Y'all see me looking down. I'm taking notes, honey. I'm writing too. All right, guys. So yesterday I talked about don't shrink back, and it's rather to be. It's better to have peace than to be right. Can I tell you how many phone calls I got over that one right there? And it's all right. It is better to be peaceful than to be right. And when you're in that spot, I promise you are free from anything that's holding you back. Yeah. I promise. So today, on the Fearless Thought of the Day, I want you to think about all the things and the steps that Lynn and I are giving you, and how to live past crazy in your life and your finances, because I'm your live past crazy specialist, because I know crazy. I want you to think about, because a lot of times you say, okay, we're doing these steps, but what am I doing it for? Or why? What is really happening? So today I want you to know on Take Action Tuesday, you are tearing down the walls of the things that you have built around yourself. You're tearing down your walls of you can't do this. You're tearing down the walls of you want to live paycheck to paycheck. You're tearing down walls that your family may have built for you, and you did not know that you were behind until you started this process of the Be Fearless journey. You did not know that. Right, let me tell you something, Charlene, on a side note. At my last job, this was my highest turnover month. From February to April, I lost 50% of my employees. You want to know why? Because they got their income tax back. And I did not see them again to May or June. Then they coming back, Miss Joe, can I have my job back? Well, because they run through all of their money. No, you can't have your job back. And then the ones that did decide to stay during tax season, out of the week, they might have called out 3 or 4 times. So when they come back, I say, hey, you're on a fine. If you miss any more days, then you fired. And then inevitably somebody gets sick or somebody dies and they need a time off, and they done lost their job because they done spent their money already. And here's the thing, Anita and Charlene, right, Jasmine, they tax baller. They're not thinking long term. They're not thinking what they can do with that money. And I posted a link to that book that Lynn was talking about. They're not thinking about what they can do with that money because their mindset has not changed, period. They want to get the new car. They want to get the new outfits, the new bag. They want to eat out every day, go get my hair done every day, go get me some nails, a new phone. But here's the thing, you getting all this new, how you going to pay for it after a while? Right, Lynn? How you gonna pay for it? Because you getting it now. How you gonna pay for it later? Because you're gonna have to pay for it. It's gonna need cars.
I'll tell you what happened. They're gonna be ducking and diving and hiding that car because the repo man looking for them, right? Or they're gonna be hanging up the phone because they're getting all these phone calls, right? Because now they're trying to collect on them.
Right.
Guys, do things differently. Millionaires do things differently.
We think different. And even if you're not a millionaire, we are millionaires in the making, and it's okay. Because a millionaire in the making, I'm still thinking different than what I was thinking when I was living paycheck to paycheck. And as Lynn says, in this day and time, we are broke on purpose. Because you have some great ideas that you can take hold of, that you can do, that you do right now at your job. The things you do at your job. Go ahead, Lynn.
Yeah, y'all, I gotta just share this. And my husband and I, we had this conversation yesterday. And not yesterday, the other day, but I told him I was so mad at him. And I know the year, y'all, back in 1999, my husband said to me, y'all, it would be so amazing if we could choose the shows we want to watch without a commercial. I said, you need to invent that. I said, you need to invent that. And he laughed at me. Y'all, why Netflix is $1 billion company now? Because they do exactly that. Why all of these other opportunities? Guys, you have these ideas. We got to act on them.
Quickly.
I was so mad at him. We could have been billionaires right now. We wouldn't be on this millionaire journey. We would be on the billionaire journey.
With the beat.
Only, right? If he had only acted on that idea when he had it back in 1999.
Come on, Robbie. What the world? I could have been friends with a billionaire. What is you doing?
You still will be.
Hey to the man, sister. Amen. You got that right.
Right? But I'm just saying, guys, just think about the things that we say and we do on a regular basis, and what we could potentially create if we simply had our minds in the right place.
And here's the age, Anita, I'm with the ouch too. You hear me? Because I know I have a money-making idea right here, and I've not acted on it for 6 months. And every day I say, and it wakes me up, and I know I got to do something about it. Don't sleep on it, because don't be like Mr. Lynn over there, got $1 million, billion-dollar idea, and we're not acting on it, because we are all smart and we are brilliant people. We are not short of the imagination, period. We can do great things. It is just all in your mindset. And when you realize that, hey, wait a minute, I can't remember on Friday, and I made a t-shirt out of this, and I'm posting in just a minute. It says, you are the best. You are the best at whatever you want to do. You are the best person to make that decision. You're the best person to make that business idea come to pass. You are the best. You have to do it, because we're waiting on you to do it. So today on this Take Action Tuesday, know that you are taking down those walls that are holding you back. Lynn says, you see that, Trenda? She loves you though, Trenda. She loves you. She loves you truly. So yeah, we are taking down the walls of everything that your family and you have built up to hold you back, because you have used, oh, well, let me raise these kids, because, you know, I'm a single parent. Let me get these girls out the house. Then I can do it. You built a wall of, let me pay off this car. Then I'll do it. I done bought this house. Let me pay off this house. Let me pay off these student loans. Then I'll do it. Let me tell you, everybody in the world got the same bill you got, and they still doing what they need to do. So, and here's my pet peeve, and then I'm gonna get off of it. Is I don't have the time to do any of this stuff. That's right, Trina. You're welcome, Anita. I don't have time to do any of this stuff. Well, and the little girl called me last night. She was like, JoJo, how do you do it all? I don't do a lot. I don't do any more than anybody else. So here's your morning. I talk about this a lot. When you have time to listen to yourself, because when you get in your car, you got your radio on, you on the phone, you get to work, you talking to people, you get in your car to go home, you talking to people, listen to the radio, you come in, you got the kids, you got the husband, you go to bed, you got the TV, you wake up and you start again, and you've yet to talk to yourself or hear what you had to say. Now, when you get home, here's how I use my morning. 5:40. 4:45, I may or may not get up, but by 5:30, I'm up. 5:30, I'm up. I am reading whatever I need to read. Usually it's my Bible and a motivational book. I get up, I have a little cup of tea, and I sit down and I think about whatever it is I want to think about. I'm just glad to be awake today. When I get off from work, I make sure I have a schedule. My kids know it is whatever they need from me, it's theirs until 9 o'clock, and I've conditioned my body. And from 9 to 10, I take a shower, I clean up, do whatever I have to do. From that 10 to 1 window, I handle my business. If I want to learn something, if I want to work on something, and some days, y'all, I don't even make it to give my kids their time. I start working as soon as I hit the door, and they've come to accept that and love me for it and love me through that as I do crazy stuff. But my body has become conditioned. So when that alarm goes off at 4:45 and I sleep to 5:30, my body has had enough sleep, and your body and mind will do whatever you tell it to do. You can do it, my friend. If you take away Empire, the Have and the Have-Nots, if you take away all your favorite TV shows, if you watch 3 of them, that's 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? If you take away 3, because they 30 minutes a piece, right? That's 1 hour and 30 minutes that you could write your idea down today. And then tomorrow, that's another 1 hour and 30 minutes that you can find out the steps you need to do to activate it. And then the next day after that, you can call somebody during 1 hour and 30 minutes and ask them how you going to make that happen. Don't tell me you ain't got time, dog. You got time when the football game on. You got time when the basketball game is on. You got time, you got time, you got time. It is all in your mindset. And I promise I'm not fussing this morning. If it seems like I'm just very passionate about you doing what you need to do, because I know, my friends, some of y'all are way smarter than me. Way, way, way smarter than me. Right, John? Hey, I'm working on my first hey, working on getting my first 50, I'm right behind you. Some of us are way smarter. We just refuse to believe that we can do it. And you can. You're the best. You are the best at doing everything that you need to do today. You're the only person that can do it. So on Take Action Tuesday, know that you're tearing down the walls that you have built up along this fearless journey. And if you need to share this with somebody, go back and watch the videos. We're on YouTube, and I'll post that link so you can watch the shows on YouTube. And we've set out some things. And I talked about building those bricks and what you're going to do with those bricks that people throw at you, how you're going to build your foundation. Honey, let me tell you, you're building a new foundation. You're taking down these walls, and because we're building new yous, new us's, that's my word, new us's, and new rules to you. So handle y'all business. It's Take Action Tuesday. Tear down them walls today. Let's think differently. You do not, I promise you, have to continue on this journey. You do not have to continue living like this. You do not have to continue your family's history of financial destruction or craziness. You can live past crazy. I'm a living witness. You can live past it. So I'm off my soapbox for the day.
Yes.
Was you going to say something, Lynn?
So we have some great soapboxes to be on today, guys. So you got to get your mind right. That's essentially what it boils down to. And prioritize. That's the word.
Yes.
That's the word for today.
Prioritize. And I don't want anybody to tell me they don't know how to run a business and they don't have great ideas. Because when you think about it, you a hustler in the streets. If you a hustler in the streets, if you can hustle to get your hair done, hustle to get your nails done, if you can hustle and go out here and wash cars, if you can hustle to do all of this, apply the exact same rules to your own stuff. Put your own name on it. Now it's Waddell Consulting Services instead of, let's just call JoJo because she know, oh no, we're going to call Waddell Consulting Services because that's what I am. We are breaking the cycle. Thank you, Charlene. I talked about that last week. We're breaking the cycle of violence, and that applies to your whole life. We're breaking the cycle of living broke, of living crazy. We're tearing down some walls, y'all. Remember 2 weeks ago, this is the place where battles are won. This is the place where battles are won today. So you taking down that wall, and sometimes you got to take it down and fight with the same hand. And it's okay. You got it. Me and Lynn. Lynn and I have your back. English.
Girl, they understand. They understand. Don't even trip. Right?
They understand. It's all about priority. So if anybody, and I'll even put this out here for today only. If you want to share this with somebody today, if you have a business idea or you have any questions about it, I'll answer your questions for free today. There's no charge. I don't mind. I'll help a brother or a sister out today. You know where to find me. I'm the only Young Meet Your JoJo out there. You'll live past crazy specialist. And so here's your opportunity to take advantage of it, because a lot of people, Lynn, I think when we talk about money and living past crazy, oh, well, I know they're going to charge me. And I've been guilty of this. I don't want to call somebody because I don't want to tell them my idea because I know they're going to try to sell me something at the end. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I'm not going to do any of that. I will answer your questions freely for you. Now, it's not going to be a 2-hour-long conversation, but I will help you out and give you, some information that you need to help get you started along the way. Because once you know, it's all about sharing. Go ahead, Lynn. Right.
You get a 15-minute consult, then an invoice shall follow.
A to the men. That's right. That is so true. We'll share. I don't mind sharing some information with you. So, guys, I thank you guys for joining the Fearless Morning Show this morning. I enjoyed this show this morning, Lynn. We were all feisty.
I think that was you. You were feisty this morning. You were all up in the camera and feisty this morning.
My bad. I was feeling it this morning, y'all. Let me tell you, I'm passionate about this thing. Don't get me started, because I love what I do, and I love sharing it. So I thank you guys for joining the Fearless Morning Show. Lynn, you want to tell them where you are, and so where they know where to find you, and then about March 8th. I wrote that down somewhere.
Yeah, guys, I'm right here. That's where I'm at. Okay, I'm kidding.
That's right, Anita. Lynn be getting me straight, honey. Lynn be getting me straight.
But no, guys, you can really find me on my Facebook fan page, Demmons Enterprise. You can also find me on my website, DemmonsEnterprise.com. And if you're ready to join the Women Who Invest group, it kicks off next month. Go to bit.ly/WWInvest. So you can join a community of like-minded women who are ready to do things the right way, learn how to win and lose your money the right way, because it's inevitably when we're investing, sometimes you do lose, but you got to learn how to lose the right way so you can protect your money. That's the point. bit.ly/WWInvest. Thank you, Charlene. Charlene says, y'all. Yeah, she killed me with that, y'all. Y'all, we're on fire.
That's where we from North Carolina. That's how we do.
Y'all.
All right, guys.
L's? We can't get an L.
No, it's the straight W, honey. Straight W.
Can I buy an L?
That Millions Networking, Trina, we will have the link on March the 2nd, which is a Friday. We'll have that link on March the 2nd where you can join us in Atlanta at the Million Networking event. It is $29, but you guys can come out and join and be in a room of millionaires. Sometimes all it takes is to open up your mind and to see something different and to know that it's possible. And if you have any thought that you can't, YouTube is your friend. You can see people doing stuff all the time. Period. Right, Jasmine. She can't buy no file. You can't buy a constant. Nothing. It's just a straight W all the way. Drawn out like Jasmine got. We from Far City, honey, and that's how we talk.
Wow.
But you guys, we will on March the 2nd, we will make sure that we post that. All right, guys, you can find me at BeFearless.com, BAFearless.com. Join me on the Be Fearless journey. Make sure you sign up for the newsletters so that you can stay abreast of what we have. Also, I made the t-shirts on Friday talking about you are the best. So just in case you need a little friendly reminder, we do have a Be Fearless apparel store where you can get your mugs, you can get your t-shirts. We have book bags, we have little carry bags, everything that you need. That's right, Trinity, Far City, even though it's spelled Forest. Lynn is a school teacher, y'all. So y'all know Lynn gonna get you all the way right. She's a school teacher.
Ooh, y'all killing me.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great Tuesday. We will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15 on the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about everyday life and finances. We love y'all. Make sure you share the video. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, Facebook. We are on YouTube. I just posted a link for that too. You can share the YouTube videos as well so that we can get the information out there to the people, because it's truly all about sharing information so you do not have to go through the same thing we went through. Any last thoughts, Lynn, before we leave?
No, girl, all I got to say is bye, Felicia.
But you gonna get us on the W. Thank you, Miss Anita. You guys have a blessed day. And when you come back tomorrow, I need somebody to tell me what y'all was tearing down. What was you tearing down today? What did you take action on today? Go back and watch some of those videos talking about you are the best and start asking those questions because we want to hear from you guys. And remember, today I'm answering your questions about anything you want to know, business related, starting it out, your business idea. As Lynn said, 15 minutes and then invoice will follow. So you got 15 minutes of my time today and I will answer your questions. Sometimes all it takes is that little spark. And if you have that idea, and here's the thing, y'all, if you think, oh, I got a good idea, man, I don't want to tell JoJo. Girl, boy, you better send me a message. I ain't got time to be waiting on you to be great. I need you to be great right now. You are the best to make it happen right now. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning at 7:15. Have a good one, y'all.
Signing off.